Ella eres mi favorita.
So we live, or we getting ready to be live?
Oh, we can be live right now. I'll just cut in whenever we want. I figure we'll cut in right now. What's up, Steez?
What's happening, man?
Oh my God, dude! I've been actually discussing this with Joe for a long time. Well, I say a long time. We've only been doing this for like 2 months, but
Right.
I've been wanting to sit down and talk to you for a minute.
Well, I'm here. Appreciate it, man.
Ever since this became like an idea,
Yeah.
I was like, yo, we need to get Steez on here.
We in the game, man. Yeah, I'm happy to be here. For sure.
Fuck it, we don't need that light.
Yeah, we are the light.
Hey.
You did.
So how you been, man?
Man, I've been good, man. I've been all right, you know.
Yep.
Making it every day.
You killing it at Audio Box?
Every day, man. You know, doing my sessions every day. You know, each artist is their own artist, so you know it's interesting to see the different styles out there, you know.
Are you working with like bigger names, or like who's all coming through that you're working with?
I wouldn't say not too many A-list artists, but you know I work with a lot of independent artists.
Mm-hmm.
A couple of my favorite artists I work with is this guy named Devanino.
Mm-hmm.
We work pretty good together. Amazing artist. Another guy is Jamal Canty. He is he got his own style, man. He's dope. Like I can't even like really put it into words, but bruh's super fire. I don't want to like get too deep into who I'm working with, because if I leave somebody out, then they were like, bro, you don't like my music.
I understand.
Those like my personals. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
Not to mention this is gonna be all about you anyway.
for sure.
But I've seen on Instagram. I just want to ask you this one question, because I don't know if you've seen him.
What's up?
TG3. I saw he's out.
PG3.
TG3.
Oh, TG3. Yeah.
Has he come through? Have you seen him?
No, I haven't seen him. Man. I have not seen TG3, but he is fire too.
He is fire. I was just curious, because I seen him say like, oh, you get 10K followers, I'm dropping a new song. So I just assumed he had been through and was working, or he could have had it in the pocket. I don't know.
Yeah, nah. I actually met him at another studio before I worked at Audio Box, and then I recorded him at Audio Box. I found out he was coming through there, but I had met him like a couple months or a year before I even met him at Audio Box. That's crazy.
That is crazy.
Because I didn't even know I was gonna re-meet him there. You know what I'm saying?
Small world.
Yeah, because I didn't know, like, you know, they had a movement going on. When I first met him, the 83 Babies.
Mm-hmm.
I met him at his studio on University side. Quick little session, you know what I'm saying? And then actually they went to Audio Box after that. I seen it on their Instagram or whatever. But
Fire.
yeah, man.
Okay, well, let's kick this off with the same question I ask every time, because it always leads into deeper and deeper conversation.
For sure.
What was it like as young Steez? What was your upbringing? How did you get to where you are right now?
Man, honestly, it was always figuring out how to make some money. Like,
Can't
I feel
argue
like,
with
right, man. I feel like every stage of my life, I upgraded the hustle. Every stage, like even when I was in elementary school, we used to have like stupid hustles, like, but we never really made like no money. But it was like it's like like it was the idea. Like we had the idea of trying to make money. You know what I'm saying?
That's how you know you're
That's
a
how it
hustler.
gets birthed. Yeah, there you go.
You
Yeah.
love hustling so much that you didn't care if you were making money. You said, I'm going to still hustle.
Right, like we were
Selling
still
candy.
doing something crazy. Like I remember, me and my cousins. Do y'all remember like the mineral trucks that used to come to the school, and they used to go through Go through the
sift you through the.
Oh yeah. The little like mock archaeology type deal.
Yeah, you just go through the stuff and you pick out like the tiger eyes and all that other crazy stuff.
Yeah.
And me and my cousin, we used to stand on the side, stand in front of my old house, and try to sell the rocks that we got out of the out of the truck.
Did you ever do the candy bar hustle?
Like sell candy
in school? Just like bring the box of candy bars and.
Man, it's crazy, bro. Like we had a candy bar fundraiser, and I never sold those candy bars. I used to just hide them in my closet and eat them shit. I ain't gonna lie. But when we got to college, we had something called a blue bag snack trap.
What is that?
We just trap the snacks, man. Like, you know, in college, everybody, smoke weed and stuff. So,
okay,
yeah,
you're like the munchie guy.
Yeah, man. And then we upgraded to like selling the snacks and cigars. Like we used to go to Sam's and buy a big box of cigars, and
that's smart, dude.
Yeah,
because I mean, we don't condone dry snitching here, but if you can do it the legal way, the snacks and the cigars,
yeah,
instead of the other stuff that you put in the cigars,
right? Yeah,
you're out scot-free at that
What
point.
are you talking about? They already come with tobacco.
Right, they already got stuff in them.
This is not a paid endorsement.
But yeah, man, we used to do that. And then in high school, me and S. Titter, we used to sell. Well, let me not even. I gotta go back to middle school. So in middle school, me and Sav, S. Titter, we used to sell CDs and these press-on shirts, like the press-on iron-on shirts. We used to sell those in middle school. And then in high school, we used to sell like real clothes, like real like designer and all that other stuff. Like, and then we had these drinks that we used to sell. We used to make these drinks, these little slushy drinks. We used to freeze them, and people used to put in their order like the day before, and we used to like come to school with like an extra book bag full of drinks, like, and just
full of frozen drinks,
and
everybody's munching on them in the morning.
Yeah, that's
actually really interesting. I thought, and this is just speculation kit here, because I've never really sat down and talked to you or Tuda.
Yeah,
I thought you met him later in life.
Nah.
I didn't realize that. So y'all both came from South Carolina up here.
Yep.
Did you come first, or did he come first? You come at the same time? How'd that work?
Same time. It was me, him, and our other brother, Casanova. Like we all came here together. We started our music. We started officially making music, bro, in high school, like 10th grade. Like we had a binder that we used to write all our lyrics in. We had no beats. Well, we used to make we used to make like 15-second beats off of Fruity Loops, cause that's when it like probably first came out. We didn't really know how to use it, so we used to make these little 15-second clips, and we used to just write whole songs to a 15-second clip that was not even like that. Like it was like some stupid music, bro.
Just handing out snippets.
It wasn't even handing out snippets, bro. It was a recorder on an MP3 player.
Oh, you were handing out the MP3 player?
Yeah, we would
check this out.
We would pass the MP3 player around, and then like we'll pass the binder. Like each of us would get the binder for a period. Like you get it first, second, I get it third and fourth, and then you get it fifth and sixth, and then like you got that crazy whole period to write your verse.
That's an origin story I never heard.
It's true though, man.
God.
Like you remember, it reminds me of you remember those little toys back in the day?
Yeah.
The hit clips.
I don't think I remember those. Oh wait, what were they?
They're like little chips, and you put them into the thing, and it played like 30 seconds of a song, and that was it.
No, I don't think I ever seen those.
Hell yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Dang.
How old are you, Steez?
I'll be 30 in August.
Okay, we're around the same age. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
I might gotta see it.
Yeah, if you saw it, you'd probably be like, oh, okay, I've seen them around or whatever. Yeah. I was always envious of the little kids. They come around with those stupid little fucking hit clips. Like, I got 30 of them. You got none.
It was like a little chip.
Yeah, it was like a snippet of a song. You could get like Britney Spears.
Yeah, I think I do remember that. I think I remember that.
That's what that kind of reminded
me. It was like a
me
plastic thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, y'all started making music in high school.
Yeah, officially.
Passing it around.
Yeah, I still got the binder too.
Really?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's dope.
Yeah.
How does the move to North Carolina work out for you?
Man, well, we came here
or why, I guess I should say.
We came up here to like we came up here for school. We went to Smith, John C. Smith University. So, shout out to Smith. So we came up here to we came to Charlotte to pretty much like just advance the career. Because different opportunity is it was a bigger city. It was a different city. We had kind of stamped our city back then. We haven't been back there in a while, but I feel like we still get love there too. But we came to Charlotte just to advance and take advantage of the new opportunity. They got NFL teams, NBA teams, so
And then eventually you found Audio Box one way or another, right?
Yeah, man. We actually had recorded at Audio Box like probably like 8 years before I even started working there. Because the owner of Audio Box owns a studio that we've started out in Columbia.
So he's kind
Talking
of
about AJ?
Yeah, AJ. He owns he owns Quantum Beats, and that was our first studio that we recorded out of.
Does he have more than them two? Does he like franchise these things? How does that work?
I believe they got a Audio Box in Atlanta now.
Oh, that's kind of dope.
Wow.
Yeah.
Expansion to the max.
Mm-hmm.
So do you have like free reign there? Can you like head over to Atlanta and be like,
I think I can. I'm not sure though. You know what I'm saying? I think I
he
can.
He hasn't pressed that button yet.
Yeah, I'm gonna try.
have you thought about that?
Of course.
Oh,
of course.
Yeah. That's one of the hidden game modes you got to go and lock real quick in the settings. He's like, enable cross state mode on.
Right. Exactly, man. You gotta use all your resources. But yeah, I thought about it. I just haven't made my way down there. I'm not sure if it's like up and running.
So, I guess not to get too far from like the origin story. At what point in your, I guess, musical career did you and Sav or whoever you were making music with around you? I remember you mentioned Casanova. Like, did y'all decide, man, we can really like, turn up with this music and like, people are listening to us. Forget like numbers or whatever, but like, y'all had like fans. Like, when did y'all realize y'all could, release music and people are consuming that shit like a fan? Because I feel like it's different when now it's like, there are people around me that I meet that like, become aware of my brand, but aren't necessarily, a fan. I feel like there's a difference between being a fan and being aware. So at what point did y'all find out, oh shit, we got fans? 'Cause I know a little bit more about y'all than whoever's listening, but you guys do have a group called Mac Crew.
Yeah.
Is that when that kind of you guys like, we got fans, let's make the Mac Crew? Or how did that go?
It was more so like in high school, like during the MySpace days.
Oh.
Yeah.
Is there
I love hearing
another
about the
podcast?
MySpace days.
Is there another podcast we heard about MySpace? Or that was Zeus?
That was Zeus.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Damn. So you were making music during the MySpace days?
For sure. Our MySpace music page is still up. I'm not sure if the music works. So I still be trying to go back and listen to our old music, but I don't think.
If
the
the page is up, it works. You should go back and check that out.
I probably gotta do it on a computer. It doesn't work on my phone, but yeah, like that's when we was like, we lit. You know what I'm saying? Like we really got something going because we used to go to different high schools and pass out our CDs. Like we used to skip class and go to the other schools' lunches and shit like that and pass out our CDs like over the whole state. Well, not state. I meant the whole city.
Yeah.
Was that ever an issue going to other people's campuses? Like with other, I'm sure there were other people making music and being like,
nah, I don't. No. Oh, you mean like was it like beef?
Yeah, because
Nah.
I remember you were probably already graduated for a year or two, but there was a new high school that opened up next to my high school, and we had rappers at our high school, and then the new Cleveland high school. It was a war.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, sometimes fist fights broke out, but it was always just like diss tracks going back and forth.
Yeah.
Going to the other campus, spray painting shit on their fucking walls,
That's
fucking
crazy.
up their mascots. It was
Yeah.
awful. But I think that really stemmed from the fact that we were rivals in football.
Mm-hmm. Right.
But the music came after that because that was kind of like the guns. That was like the ammo. Like the football teams went at it.
Yeah.
And then you had the rappers backing up their squads.
Right.
It was kind of a cool dynamic that I thought, I guess at the time, was normal.
Mm-hmm.
Which is why I asked you if there was ever beef.
Nah, it was never beef like from school to school. Like, 'cause we always had somebody plugged in at each school. Like, we could just go there and hang out with them and blend in and get off like that. We had most of our beef in the school. You know what I'm saying?
Like with each other in the walls?
Yeah, like in the school, like we really like was the only rap clique, if you will.
Yeah.
That like didn't get along with nobody. Like, I mean, like we had like the older rappers, they didn't really get into like the beef like with the younger students like us. But yeah, man, like it was a couple people that, that rock with us in the school, but like the rappers, like we never clicked like that. Like, well, I ain't gonna lie. We started off clicking and then like something happened. Like, I know what happened, but I ain't gonna get like deep into it. You feel me? I know exactly what happened. But it just, everybody said we was too cocky and we was we just came in like talking a whole lot of shit. And then other people, like some folks wanted to like, bro, let's battle on the tracks, and it got too personal and it was like, bro, this don't sound like no battle, bro. You wanna, like, y'all trying to fight. You know what I'm saying? So it turned to a whole situation.
And at this point, what were you guys calling your rap clique?
Yeah, I was curious.
We was SIK.
SIK. What does that stand for?
Back then it was S1. He wasn't Sav or S to the yet. It was S1. I was Lil Ill, and Casanova was Catastrophe.
I said SIK.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yep.
y'all made music together on the same tracks, or was it just like a camp deal?
No, yeah, we made music on the same tracks. That's when we was recording in the house off the computer mic. We started there on a computer mic, bro, and then we went to the studio.
That's crazy you said that, because my first like musical endeavor in high school, you know Taylor Long?
Yeah.
Me, him, Topher Biancardi, and Trey Yoder were all in a band called At a Glance. And we had our demo was, we were at our boy Taylor's house, and he had a computer in like his living room, like the family computer, and it had that computer mic, that just little mic that sticks up, the needle, bro,
mic, yeah.
the fucking
Bro,
piece of shit $20 mic. We set that shit up by the computer, man. And then in the other room, we would like, all right, man, how loud are you? Like, we don't want we want your guitar to be louder than mine on the mic, so I'm gonna turn mine down. But actually, the door's open and I'm by the door. Like, we had to like figure this shit out, bro. Like, to get the best sound possible. We recorded our fucking demo that's on our MySpace
Off that, like,
off the computer,
do like a live
mic.
run through, and then
Dude,
the mic
live
picks-
run through. It's one track, bro. Off a computer mic, like distorted guitars, like vocals, like, oh, bro, stop. Let me stop, man. That's crazy. The computer mic,
Bro.
And today, like, literally all three of us have our own studio set up that we can record vocals in. That's crazy.
It is.
It's funny because, like, I think I said this on another podcast too, but it stays true. It has always stays true. I feel like if it were possible to do what we do now in our rooms back then, this would be an unstoppable force. We would have been doing this for 15 years already.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, literally.
And it's just crazy to see now. You've got people making platinum singles off of a snowball mic, sitting on a stool at a bar, while his homie is making a smoothie. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I'm astounded by that. I think in the long run that it was such a struggle for us coming up, and now it's just so easy, but so hard at the same time.
Right. I think it's a technology, like people seeing how easy it is to do it. Because back then, you know, we was using a computer mic because we didn't know what other mic to use.
I feel like it's a double-edged sword, though. I mean, because like, so not to like discourage anyone from releasing music or saying that people shouldn't release music, but now that it is so easy, people can just see, oh shit, I can do this myself, and
right.
like it just everything becomes so saturated. Like there's so much music everywhere.
Right.
Everybody's making music.
Yeah, that's what I was telling Jamal Kenty the other day, because I was telling like back then, if you were making music, like it was either you had to be good to make music, like you had to be like really fire. Wasn't no vocal processing. It was like they not wasting their time. Like now it's like it's just like they made it so easy, but
yeah,
you know,
yeah. Now it's easy, man. Now you got templates. You got this person and that person. You know, every other commercial on YouTube is, oh, buy Unison MIDI chord pack. Just drag and drop this into your DAW and you already have a song.
Right.
Like, or like, you know, the vocal templates, just open this up and this will be the vocal chain of your dreams. And it's like, you know, I had to figure that shit out myself.
Right. I had to make this shit.
Who's the dude that was all over YouTube?
Oh,
Sauce it up.
Kyle Beats.
Just one click.
One click.
No.
You haven't seen that one?
I don't think
for
so.
his plugin called The Sauce. And he's like, he said something like, some stupid ass shit. And then he's like, one click and it's perfect. And it's like, come on now.
What is it?
It's called The Sauce.
It's just a plug-in for your DAW.
Yeah, it's basically just like he has a bunch of presets that have a bunch of different like effects. It just affects audio in this kind of roundabout way where it just got a bunch of effects working together to make it sound, you know, different. If you ever mess with plugins like RC20, like the tape player or whatever, I mean, it's got some of those kind of aspects to it. I mean, I've heard good things about it. I mean, it was a meme at first because it's like if you watch anything music related on YouTube, that is the commercial you're gonna see for the next few weeks.
Yeah, I would click on like a HGTV fucking like Vanilla Ice. You know how he's got his construction show.
No,
yeah,
okay. That's cool.
I'm a fucking nerd for that shit. I love watching like home improvement shit.
Right.
And he's got a funny ass show. I click on that, boom, one click, and you're sauced up. And I'm just like, dude, if I see this ad one more time, I'm just gonna set the fucking computer on fire.
Hell yeah!
Damn, Kyle Beats.
Yeah, but to bring it all back, the technology now, you know, everybody's making music. You know, everybody can, you know, upload to SoundCloud. Anybody can upload to Spotify and Apple iTunes for, you know, at least $10 a month or something like that, or a year. It's crazy. I mean, but it's cool though, because like, you know, people who do put the time and the work into it, you know, can create really quality recordings, you know, on their own without the need for, you know, a fancy studio or an engineer, or, you know, anything but their own microphone and a little piece of hardware to record it on.
Yeah. Yeah, man, they made it a lot more accessible, which is cool. They yeah, man. Yeah, man, you know, it is what it is, man. You know, it's a new day and age, man. You know, we just gotta, I feel like the ones that, like you said, that do take the time out to actually perfect the craft, like, gotta just create their wave, you know, their way to stand out.
For sure.
That's kind of leading me into another thing I wanted to ask. Like, I'm always kind of like amazed at people that kind of can do it all themselves, you know. I know you like to produce. I know you mix and master.
Yeah.
And then you get on the mic.
Right.
Where, how, and when did the mixing, the engineering yourself? I'm sure you've done a lot of that.
Right. Yeah.
When did that start? What did it come out of, like necessity or just?
Well, I mean, I was doing it before I even knew what engineering was, like, because the studio was always at my house, like from the computer mic to the condenser mics, you know, like it was always at my house, and we would always come to my house after school, and since we use my computer, you know, essentially I'm gonna be the one running the computer, you know, so I didn't even know that it was engineering at the time. We just called it record. Like, we didn't even know what an engineer was. Like, you know, it was a thing. Yeah. So I was just, you know, I always recorded our groups, and that was my role. I just took over the music. Sal took over the business. Casanova took over the money. You know, he was good at math. Sal was good at, you know, the business side, and I just took over the music. So, you know, it just came with the job, like engineering and mixing. Like, I really didn't know too much about mixing back then, you know, but I would always try different stuff. I remember Casanova used to get mad because I used to always experiment on his verses, and he'd be like, I don't like that, bro. Take it off.
Just give me the reverb and the autotune, man. Right. I don't need that shit.
Right. But it's crazy because we didn't even have autotune. Like, we didn't have autotune back then. We had, all we used was a flanger, and we thought that was autotune.
Yep.
Like like a guitar
flanger.
Yeah, flanger.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that was for a guitar, bro. Like, I was today years old when I found out.
Yeah, I think you can use it on whatever.
You can use it on whatever. But
yeah.
It's mainly, I've mainly seen them on guitars. Yeah.
We used to put it on our vocals, bro, and say it was autotune.
Hey.
So you start engineering yourself. Well, actually, did you? You said you went to Smith Johnson?
Yes, John C. Smith.
John C. Smith?
Yeah.
Is that what you went to school for?
At first, you know, I wanted to go there, and then I changed my major to mass communications. But I did have a couple classes, you know, in, like, you know, the engineering and, you know, the audio, whatever the course was. I can't remember right now. But then when I realized, like, cause then I was kind of, like, I knew more about, you know, like recording and sound quality and all that stuff. I knew more about it at that time, so I was just like, man, I really don't need to take this course if I already know. I just gotta just get the technique. Plus, they was using Reason, and I was like, bro, this shit is too complicated, bro. I'm not fucking with this. I can't use this stuff. I'm gonna just stick to what I know because it sounds a little good. All I gotta do is practice, and I would get better.
Yeah, dude, same. Anything complicated, you miss me with that bullshit. I've been on Mixcraft for 10 years.
Right. You get your own sound, like long as you know your stuff. Man, Ghost Note told me it ain't the gear, it's your ear.
I mean, that's facts. I mean, that is 100% facts. I mean, you know, at the end of the day, you know, when I press play on, you know, Best Never Late, then, you know, I don't think about, oh, what mic did he use? Oh, he must have used this plugin or that plugin. You know, at the end of the day, you're just listening to it for what it is.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, if anyone is going to do that, that's going to be us more so than, you know, anyone else.
Right, like the average listener.
Yeah, no average listener is going to be going, I wonder what gear he was using.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But
that's funny. I never even thought about that, but I do that as well. That's funny that you point that out. Because I do sometimes be like, I wonder what mic he was using for that.
Yeah, that or like, I mean,
that feels full.
Specifically, I'd be like, you know, I like that reverb, or I wonder, you know, what they're using to compress the vocal, or, you know, because I mean, I know me personally, I get comfortable with certain gear that I use,
right? And
you know, if you open your ear a little bit and then, you know, do a little bit of research too, like who mixed this, like I wonder what they used, blah blah blah. Then, you know, you can definitely find out some new tricks. But, you know, ultimately, like Ghost Note said, you know, it's not the gear, it's your ear.
Yeah.
Like, because, you know, we talk about it all the time. Like, no matter how book smart you are on these particular things when it comes to like mixing. So anyone that's listening who doesn't know what the term mixing is, it's like basically making all the sounds, sound good together, and you can hear each one clearly. Sometimes that doesn't happen, but when you're mixing, that shit is like, what's it called? It's all based on your ear.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I can get to one result just like you can, but we may have done it different. Our process for getting there may have been different. And, there's no wrong or right answer to that.
Right.
If you can get a record that sounds good, then, how you got there, it's all nuanced at that point. It's
Mm-hmm.
like, yeah, this is my style. This is how I got there.
Yeah.
Because you know Garrett, right?
Of course.
Garrett,
It's my guy.
yeah. So we were mixing a record together, and I was like, "Yo, you have the one knob plug-in series from Waves?" And he was like, "Yeah." And I was like, "Yo, let's put that one knob filter on there." And he was like, "Bro." I was like, "Man, just use it, man. Come on, man. I've been using this plug-in for a long time. Like, just put it on there." And then after 5 minutes of playing around with it, he's like, "Dude, I like this a lot."
Change the game for
Right.
me.
And so if you just open your ears, open your mind a little bit, the gear will be, revolving, right? You're always
Mm-hmm.
finding a way to, do something a little bit different or add a little bit of sauce to this or that. But ultimately it's your ear,
Yeah. For
and
sure.
somebody told me, it was something I heard the other day that really, like, that I really feel like influences me a lot is, you're a collection of all the sounds you hear.
Mm.
So if you think about like the music you make,
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Definitely.
it's a collection of everything you've heard in your lifetime,
I agree.
and it influences your sound. Like that's crazy to
Yeah.
me. I mean, it makes sense, but like,
Right. It makes sense.
but like, I go back and like analyze like how I make beats or some sound choices that I use, and it makes sense with the music that I listen to on a regular basis, or it makes sense when, just all that stuff, because I'm always using like pop sounds,
Yeah.
pop more pop oriented sounds, and
Mm-hmm.
makes sense if that's usually the music that I'm listening to. But
Yeah. I feel you 100. But that's an interesting fact though, man.
So, best lever,
best
Best lever.
best never late. Then
Yes, sir.
that came out on what exact date?
May 7th.
How long you been working on that before it dropped?
It's hard to. Well, it's not hard to say, but that's like a difficult question because I really didn't know I was gonna put that out like until I just got fed up with myself. It was like, bro, you already fired. Like you really fired. Just put the music out. Like just drop something. Like, and I just like I had a whole bunch of songs. Like the oldest song on there.
Hold on, one second. What's that process like? Because I feel like on this podcast, we've had most of the conversations we've had or Kit kind of, excuse me, or Kit explaining, that headspace, that area that artists live in,
Mm-hmm.
that prevent them from releasing music.
Mm-hmm.
So you literally just said, you got to a point where you got fed up with yourself and said, look, man, I'm fired. I just need to release this music.
Yeah.
So what does the process look like that prevented you from releasing music up until this point? So like, what are those thoughts that make you say, you know what, maybe I won't release this yet? Or
I guess, well, not I guess, but I feel like it's more so like it's kind of like, I don't want to say putting the cart before the horse, but it's kind of like you feel like you deserve so much. Like you feel like you deserve millions of people to hear your music because, of course, like we work hard for the music and we work hard on the music. So, when we put something out, we want to get the biggest impact we possibly can. So it's like you want to like promote it at the same time.
Video, all that.
All that stuff. So it's like, and you got so many plans, but you just got to take the step first. So, and I feel like the first step, like I feel like it's so much pressure on the first step because it's the first step. Like I feel like however you come out, like that's how you coming. I mean, it's always room to get better, but I feel like that was it. Like me feeling like, it's not enough. I don't have enough attention yet because I don't want to just release it to 3 people. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely, man. I mean, and that's what new artists go through. I mean, me personally, I think we've probably talked about this a little bit on the podcast, but like when I go to release music, I mean, it's that conversation about someone being aware of your music and then someone being a fan.
Yeah.
Fans are, that's a different type of engagement.
Mm-hmm.
And, when you don't have any fans, how do you release music? I mean, I think it just makes sense if, you're a younger artist or, don't have any fans like me, just to release it and then, go shout and be like, hey, I got this song, come check it out. As opposed to, I'm about to drop this song.
Yeah.
Look, guys, pay attention. Like, mark this day on your calendar. Nobody give a fuck. Like,
right. I think it's like the chicken and the egg theory.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what came first, the fans or the music?
Mm-hmm.
That's like directly in line with like.
While I feel like that, I mean, because when you ask it like that, I mean, in order to be fans, there's got to be music.
Exactly.
But not true. I mean,
see, there's
conflict. So
Coi Leray, perfect example. She was not famous for her music before the music came out. She was famous for being Trippie Redd's girlfriend. And there's millions of examples like that where now there's a way to get a platform by just being yourself or
I mean, Jake Paul, Logan Paul doing music.
Exactly.
Yeah,
and
that makes sense. Yeah.
And I might get hated on for this.
Okay.
But Jake Paul released 2 fucking bangers last summer.
Oh, yeah. I mean, yeah, they were straight, man. I mean, for industry quality, sound and all that stuff, like, I mean, it sounded like anything else that you would hear like on Rap Caviar on Spotify or I mean, I definitely feel like it could fit in with like some of the big songs for sure.
Yeah, I never heard it.
It's a banger. I think it's like the one that I really like.
Yeah, I had to show you. I don't think we can play it.
No, we can't.
Yeah, but
it's like straight out from Paris or something. That shit was fire.
Yeah. Okay,
but anyway,
he had the Michael Jordan one too, though. 23.
23.
Yeah. Anyways.
Yeah, man.
No, but that's a good point, man. You can have fans before the music, and like a different you come from YouTube or being somebody else's like girlfriend or just being in that public eye, and then that would be nice.
But more specifically, I mean, we can dial this back to you. Is that something that would be worth it to you to have to sacrifice a little piece of yourself and who you are just to get your music out there and her, or is the grind to get your music and to be a musician first, is that more important than anything else?
That's a good question.
I feel like it's all about the goal, like what it like the end goal. But I guess, if you're speaking from a personal aspect, I feel like, if I want the world to, like my music and, lock in with me, man, I gotta sacrifice a piece of myself no matter what, because just from looking at other artists' success, they say like their fans, like they get aggressive, like they want to know who you are, they want to know what you're going through, like, because I mean at the end of the day they listen to your music, and if your music is affecting their life, because I want to affect people's lives in a positive way, man. I want you to go out there and get some money, you know what I'm saying, be the best that you can be. So, if I motivate the next person, then they're going to come to me for that motivation. I mean, I feel like that, I'm not asking you to do that, but if that's what it is, then, then you're going to want to make sure that the guy, that the source is a reliable source. You know what I'm saying? That's with anything. Like if if you got a personal trainer, you're not finna go to nobody that don't look like they a personal trainer. You know, you're gonna
Not gonna come to me or Kit.
Yeah, I'll train you real good.
Right.
12-ounce curls. And,
Oh God,
I don't even do 12-ounce curls
I train you
anymore.
how to eat some damn hot dogs from Sheets real
right.
quick.
Right, exactly. You
But-
know?
But I think the reason I even asked that question is because, you know, me personally, and I said this on the last podcast, or not the last podcast, but the first one we did with Sauce. You know, Joe knows you leaps and bounds better than I know you.
Mm-hmm.
But on the outside looking in, your mental seems very well put together.
Appreciate
And
it.
yeah, dude, you get all the props in the world for that because, you know, I'm not even going to say as a man because I don't want to like generalize all men,
Right.
but I can sometimes be very temperamental. I let my emotions get the best of me a lot. And I feel like a lot of the times, especially, you know, when you're posting on your stories and stuff and whatnot, I get a little insight to what it might be like to be secure, I guess.
Mature.
Mature and secure. Yeah. So how like, and you know what? This isn't even for the people that are listening.
Right.
This one is for me. I want to know.
I got you.
What is the first step to, and by no means do I want to put you on the spot. I mean,
Nah, it's cool.
and you know, maybe morph you into this person that you might not think you are, but where is the first step to gaining that just like maturity in life and just security with yourself and who you want to be? Because for some people that comes easy, for some people it's a long road.
Right.
For some people it might not ever happen.
Yeah. I think, well, I know actually, like the first step actually got from this book. I can't remember which book it was, but it said, it told, well, the message was start from the end. So with that being said, like I just visualize who I want to be, you know, at the end of my life. And then I work backwards. So, you know, you don't start going forward. You start with the end in mind first, and then you work your way to where you are right now.
Damn, that's mind-blowing. Because if you don't do that, and it seems so simple now you say it out loud, because if you don't do that, then you're just moving aimlessly.
Right.
Aimlessly, absolutely. That's literally what I was saying to myself in my head, like rationalizing that. I mean, that's so true. I mean, and at least like working backwards, you know, okay, if this is the person I want to be, I need to do X, Y, and Z to get that character trait, or I need to do this, or at least you have a better idea of, you know, where to aim and what to aim for, as opposed to, you know, hoping that you're just going to turn out to be the best man you can possibly be by a chance.
Right.
Or like, you know,
Yeah.
that's.
But see, I think facing that is like a 4,000-pound bench press, right? Like it just seems like it'll never happen because it's just like, and this is just me speaking personally again.
Okay.
Sometimes I do see a person in the future that I want to be, but all these walls in between that person, I kind of am a denier. Like, oh, if I want to be here, then I have to give up this, and this about myself.
Mm-hmm.
But then I start to think, well, I'm not really that bad in this category. I'm not really that bad in this category.
Right.
How do you break down those walls for yourself?
Well, it's like you said, it's like a 4,000-pound weight. So, you know, you're not going to just wake up one day and lift 4,000 pounds. You got to get to the 5, 10s, 20s, 30, 40s. Like you got to, you know, it's like anything in life. Like it's exercise. Like you got to exercise good habits. You got to, I mean, we all human. So, you know, we going to make mistakes. So you got to exercise yourself and your mental and just like, know that's the goal. Like, okay, that's the 4,000. But I'm going to do my 10s this week. And then at the end of the summer, I'm going to be at my 150. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it's all a work. Like, it's all work, man. You just got to just keep the end in mind first at all times.
And I feel like, too, I was talking to my friend about health. Shout out Gatekeeper. He was telling me about like organic juices that he's making for himself, and then how much weight he's lost by, you know, being healthy and watching what you put in your body. And, you know, that goes for anything, you know,
Right.
if you want something consistently and you really want to change like habits, you really want to, you know, become the best you can be, then that's a thing that you got to do on a daily basis. You got to practice constantly. It's not like, you know, a keto diet where you can drastically cut out carbs out of your diet. Yeah, you'll lose some weight, but, you know, maintaining that level of, you know, trying to cut out all your favorite foods or this or that, like that's not surefire to, you know, lead you to success. Whereas like if you were to, you know, drink organic juice every day or fresh pressed juices and know like, okay, the food that I'm cooking is not processed, this or that, like, and you just watch what you're doing on a daily basis, then obviously you're going to probably turn out to be the healthiest version of you after a period of time.
Yep.
You know, if you're looking at those personal walls you have, because I mean, similarly to you, kid, I mean, definitely I'm someone who I feel like I'll put everything on the same plate and then be like, oh man, this is so much that I have to tackle. But if you look at it like one wall at a time, maybe like 5 pounds at a time, 10 pounds at a time, and then the next week, you know, oh shit, I'm lifting 50 pounds.
Right.
And I mean, then next thing you know, you're past all those walls, and then you're closer to the person you want to be. But
yeah, I agree, man. Like, you know, like those walls, you know, and you just got to be true to yourself. Like, you know, I've taken on this mentality that there's no such thing as in between, man. Like, it's either it is or it's not. Like, it's either it's good or it's bad.
I either am this or I'm not this.
Right. So, I mean, I feel you. Like, you can be like, yeah, I'm not that bad, but if you feel like you're not that bad, there's still some bad in there. So,
yeah,
you know, but I mean, it's all about, but it's nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's all about recognizing it. Like, because knowing is half the battle. Once you know it, you already got half the battle won. You know what I'm saying? So, when you win half the battle, just win the other half. Like, I'm not that bad, but I can still be better. I can still do better. You know, I just feel like you gotta just keep that mindset, bro, and like that'll help anybody. You know, cause that's what I do. Like, I'm not perfect, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know there's a lot of stuff I gotta work on, so I try my best to work on it. Well, I do my best to work on it.
Do my best.
That's one of the, like, I mean, pause. That's one of the things that I admire about you.
Nah, it's
Pause
cool.
again.
Yeah.
But it does lead me to, was it always this way for you? I mean, I can hear it in your lyrics. There's a huge there's a huge amount of like self-awareness in that category.
Yeah.
Is that from the beginning? Is that something, you know, that has always been in the back of your mind, or is that something like as you grew up, you found out like, hey, maybe I need to start working on who I am a little bit?
I think, like I believe from what I remember, like I used to give advice and stuff like when I was a young kid, like, you know, just, you know, doing the best I could from what I knew from, you know, just from what I knew, not saying I was the best guy like Dr. Phil or anybody like that. Yeah. But, you know, when people came to me, I try to assess the situation. But I don't know if it was always like this, bro. Like, it just kind of happened. I think, like, when I start, like, reading books and, like, when I actually, like, got focused and understood what focus could do, you know, good or bad. That's when that's when I made my decision. Okay, if I could, like, I know what bad things could do. So if I take that same focus I'm focusing on, like with the things that's not necessarily like positive for my life, then what'll happen if I focus on the stuff that is positive for my life. Because at the end of the day, it's my life. Like, I don't want to be, you know, out here fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to be living the best life I can live. So in order to do that, like, I got to make sure that everything I do is going to get me to that point. So I feel like maybe when I started, like, focusing, man, like, when I started focusing on, like, just life itself, like, where I want to be, like, when I got goal-oriented, I think that's when it happened.
That's very insightful. I'm literally mulling that over as we speak.
Yeah, like sometimes it may seem like we're having like a long pause, but I'm really just trying to break down the wisdom, you know. Like,
Man, it's cool.
I mean, and this is not to like discredit or diss anybody, but we don't often have self-aware people on the podcast or even in daily life, like, say those kinds of things that can make you question yourself. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, if you want to get better, you have to question yourself.
Right.
So I am not a person that questions myself.
or have people around you that will help you, like, you know, because I mean, I feel like if you're someone who has a goal or wants to be somewhere, I mean, ultimately you need to surround yourself with people who also are striving to obtain things or to attain a certain level of success. Like, I saw a meme the other day on Instagram. It was like something. The friends that you only see at parties are not your friends. So let me repeat that. It doesn't mean that your friends that party are not your friends. It means the ones that you only see. Like, if I go to the bar and the only time I see so-and-so is when I go to that bar or when I go to this party or I go to this person's house and there's a party, that's not my friend.
Right.
They're there to party with me and make bad decisions that I was planning on making for myself, wasting my time getting lit or drunk or whatever. That, you know, I'm not opposed to that in the studio anyways, but still, but yeah, like, you know, you got to surround yourself with people who are, or at least will one day be like, I forgot who it was that told me it was this J. Cole documentary that recently came out or something. Like, his friends had to tell him, like, dude, you're too good for this shit. Like, like, and, you know, ultimately you need people who can be honest with you like that around you and be like, you know, let's you know, do something productive. Let's not do this anymore. Yeah,
man, I agree. You know, your circle is huge. Well, not huge as in, like, you know, surface, but, you know,
it's literal. But
the impact.
Yeah.
You know, the impact of your circle is real.
Absolutely.
What's your circle like? No yes men around, I hope.
I mean, I don't think that yes man. I mean, you know, it don't seem like it. You know, I feel like my circle is small.
For some reason, like, I feel like I need to bring that up because you don't think they're yes men, but like, it's sometimes it stinks to feel like, you know, at any given point we can ask ourselves, are the people around us yes men? Are they around us for the right intentions? Are they
intentions?
Yeah.
Anyways, that's just for a casual listener who may not have to question the people around them all the time.
I mean, my circle consists of well, it's hard to say like what a circle is because I feel like I got different circles everywhere. Like, like, y'all are a circle. And then when I go back to audio box, there's a circle. When I step out of audio box, there's a circle. You know what I'm saying? Then I got like my family circle. Like,
I would say, like, what about Illy Steezburg, the artist circle?
Okay.
Because I mean, like,
so is a circle the same thing as a team or?
Yeah.
I would say the.
Oh, well, there's definitely no yes men in my team.
I would just say at this point, I mean, typically the people that is my circle or the people that I would hang out with is my team.
Right.
Like, we also do music together. I think, I have friends that I hang out with purely just for, you know, enjoyment and not music related, but those are far and few compared to where I'm spending most of my time.
I don't see them nearly as often.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't even think I have those.
Right. So so that's my point. Like, who is Illy Steezburg hanging out with? Not the engineer, not the producer. Well, I mean, you produce for yourself too, but I mean, specifically for this, you know, the artist, you know, the guy
Like that
laying down the wisdom.
like
What's your
outside
circle?
of the music, like who am I hanging out with, or when I'm in music mode?
Music mode, outside of music. I mean, so
we
for
can just start
example,
with music mode.
yeah.
I mean,
Yeah. Well, when I do my music, you know, Marita Bread, S to the, you know, most of the time I'm by myself, but
Yeah.
you know, when I'm not by myself, you know,
Yeah, I was gonna bring him up. S to the
that's
at S underscore
No.
2DA.
yeah.
Yeah.
Casanova sometime whenever he comes. But like, you know, King Pool, that's about it, bro. Like I don't really like my circle super
that's a
small.
small circle.
Yeah, bro. I don't. It's just it is what it is.
It's probably better that way anyway.
Yeah.
I mean, the more mouths you got around you, the more the mouths are going to talk.
Right. And I mean, I never like bro, I still hang with the same people I met in middle school, elementary school.
Mm-hmm.
Like I hung out with them guys for my whole life. So, you know, my circle always stays small. I mean, yeah, we had like a few people in and out, but ultimately the root was always strong. So, like,
That's something that seems to be a common theme because I never really knew until we started doing this and started talking to producers and artists.
yeah.
I thought it was just me.
Right.
I thought I was introverted and just didn't care to have other opinions around me except for the ones that I actually gave a shit about.
Right.
And the more and more we talk to people in hip hop, it seems to be the same thing every time. You know, basically the gist is, if you're not putting out music, then you're not really a musician. That's one. 2, you can't do this music shit if you have 1,000 people around you telling you what to do.
Mm-hmm.
And lastly, I think when it comes to doing this music shit, there is, you know, going back to what Joe was saying, that block, that fear of maybe I'm putting out my best shit and no one's going to hear it.
Mm-hmm.
And those 3 things can, I feel like, make you and break you in this industry.
Yeah.
Dead in the water before it even starts.
Right.
If you got a bunch of people around you telling you this, that, and third, oh, this sounds good, but it's trash, you're fucking up. This man is not afraid to tell me that I sound like dog shit on the mic.
Yeah.
Do you have
Facts.
any? Do you have any of those people that be like, "Hey, bro, that one good. Do that again."
I don't think I ever like got
Never
that.
experienced that.
Yeah, cause well, in the beginning.
I mean, we kind of went through that last night.
I mean, yeah, but like I feel like like I know it doesn't sound good. So it's like, I mean, yeah, like you'll tell me, bro, like, nah, that's not it. But like deep down, I know like, nah, that's not it.
You already knew.
Yeah, like I already know, cause it's like I already know my fault. I already know what the I already know, like I just know, bro. Like, you know, like I feel like while I'm making it, you know, of course everything not gonna be perfect. It ain't gonna hit every single time, you know, cause it's trial and error with everything. But when it comes down to the final product, I never really got like, nah, that's not it. Or like, I mean, like I said, in the younger days, but like now when it's like more profound, like I never really. I mean, I'm gonna assess it myself first. If I don't like it, I ain't gonna play it for nobody. So if I don't like it, if I'm telling myself like, nah, this ain't it. Like even if you like it, bro, not fucking with it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, but I do have, you know, I do have those people who tell me that my ideas are not good ideas. You know, shout out to Eclectic Life. You know, Maestro Wisdom. He helped me put all my marketing and stuff together. Like he'll if I'll come to him with an idea, he'd be like, nah, we're not gonna do that. So, you know, like I said, I'm not really good at the promotion side, you know, but he is. So, you know, I trust his word. Just like he tell me, like, he don't come in the studio and tell me I got too much compression on my voice, or, you know, whatever the case may be. So I don't tell him, bro, yes, this is a good promotion idea, because, you know, that's his expertise. So,
is there any videos that he had a hand in that was a good idea?
Not per se, because we were like, nah, he never, like, he wasn't really there for the videos and stuff, because we had a lot going on, like, within the past couple of years. Like, when he started working with us, we was like, our squad was a little deep. Yeah. Like, we had a 4-man group, and it just, everybody wasn't necessarily on the same page, I feel like. Mm-hmm. So that kind of got in the way. So we never really like we got a lot of stuff done, but when it come down to, like,
so on the same page as you think, like, each individual in the group wanted something different out of the group.
It seems like that, bro, but I couldn't tell you what they wanted, because, you know, me and Sav started it, so we already knew, like, we started from the ground up. You know, we had a 4-man group, and then, you know, they had, like, families and stuff, so they had to fall back, and then, like, other people came in and stepped up into their place, but they came in a little later, so they wasn't there, like, when we started off. So there's no way their vision could be the same as me and as Tudas. So, you know, I don't fault them for that. It's just, it is what it is. Like, you know, if you wasn't there from the beginning, there's no way you could see what we see. Like, you wasn't there when we put the plan together. Mm-hmm. So it's no way you can have the same feeling that we have. It's no way possible. So, you know, I feel like they just didn't really see it the way we seen it. So, you know, that kind of got in the way a little bit. Like, when it came down to, like, execution.
Mm-hmm. Execution is key.
Absolutely, man. If you ain't executing, you ain't doing it, you ain't putting nothing out there. So
that's so funny, man. It's funny. It always comes back to that.
Yeah.
It's like, you put together this plan. Oh, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. One day I'm gonna have this. One day I'm gonna have that.
Mm-hmm.
No, you're not. Not unless you fucking do something about it. And I hear it all the time, man. I'm gonna be in the studio once I get my bread up. Once I do this, once I do that.
Yeah.
Then all of a sudden this dude's got what? He's got fucking Louis gear on, still saying the same thing.
Right.
I'm gonna get this studio time, but check out this belt. It's like, bro, when we first started doing this studio shit, that was all that was on my mind.
Right.
When I first started, you know, rapping, wanting to do anything, this podcast shit, yeah, I wanted to go out. I wanted to fly whip. I wanted to do all that shit.
Yeah.
Nah, podcast gear, studio time.
Yeah. It's going to get you out it.
Execution.
Mm-hmm.
I tore the sleeves off this shirt myself.
Turn up. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's that custom drip.
Custom drip, you know? Get your kick gear.
You know, so it's like, if you're not executing, if you're not putting your if you're not prioritizing correctly,
yeah,
it's gonna fall apart before you even fucking start doing it. It's not gonna happen.
Right. You're absolutely right, man.
But
absolutely right.
We are about to have to do a battery change. So introduce a video that you want to go in this break right now, in this intermission.
All right. We're gonna play let's play the Long Way video.
Okay.
That came from our Corn Trees album. Well, EP rather.
26 Trees,
yeah,
Corn Trees.
Yeah, that's me and S to the man, Long Way. It's our video, man. Y'all watch it, peep it, enjoy it, like, share it.
All right.
All right.
We'll be right back.
You know.
You know how we do, blow the bands like a flute, drop the blues like I'm Snoop, kicking nothing but true, stack it up through the roof, stack it up through the roof, this a get money crew, this a get money crew, I don't know about you, we don't know about you, you know I pull up real rude, pull up in that new coupe, pull up in that new coupe, know we do loops, stack it up through the roof,
look into my eyes
you wanna hear like a recruiter. And I'm dripped down like scuba, and I ain't tripping, you know this the usual. When I keep around me bougie, but the country raised me like a doula. For those who don't know what it is, that's a big truck sitting on wheels. Around me, it's girl, can you steer? Say I stop tuning the cashmere. Pull a game on Fast and Furious, nigga ganged up like racketeering. Think you fuck with me, it's hilarious. My lane gon' wonder. I'm in the lead, popping willies, they can't hang with me. I'ma always stay down, ain't no change in me. I'm getting paper and it's plain to see. I got the juice like a drain machine. She know I'm dripping in this motherfucker. She wanna fuck with me, cause she know I ain't a bust. Real nigga, I pull up and then I bust you. Break it down while I beat the pussy upwards. They lame niggas playing catch up while we spread like mustard. In the coupe while my hands all up in her skirt. Is it the chain? Cut my teeth cause they gon' bling bling. Is it the way I rap that make these hoes wanna sing? Maybe it's the way I talk that make these hoes change. When I walk up in it, bitch, do they hear ching ching? Maybe it's the bit this bitch look like spring fling. You know these hoes love real niggas and diamond rings. I done made this money tree, I ain't laying back, I ain't hitching no hammy. This juice a Tropicana, just dope like Montana. I'm pushing them Billy Motors up the $1 million mansion. They knew I was a star, they watching me like Comcast. Know how to rap, see make beats, they call that multitasking. And I make money in my sleep, that's what I call multitasking. Dancing every verse like that boy play tennis. No slacking off a certain and that boy about his business. Couldn't get the juice overnight, I wasn't made in a minute. Word to Fred the Ducks, cause I slaved here to get it. Word to the sheriff, this cost a ticket. Word to the matrix, cause I'm all about my digits. Word to Yellow Pages, yeah, I'm all about my digits. And word to GTA, yeah, I'm always on a mission. Made it go stack through the roof. That's all we gon' do. Made it go stack through the roof. Kicking nothing but the truth.
What?
I won.
Yes, sir. Nigga found the wreck, man. Alright, look at this shit. You about to go cut something, right? The fuck? Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right,
We're back.
we back.
Yes, we back.
Reintroduce that video again.
That was a long way video.
Long way.
Long way.
Yeah.
Quarren Trees by 26 Trees.
Out everywhere. Go stream that.
Real,
And buy that if you can.
is that what you got put up? Perfect.
Yeah.
I was just about to segue into that.
Yeah, I want to play some tracks off of it,
Perfect.
For sure.
but we just did the video. So after editing, it's going to be a little weird to go from video to playing music.
well-
So let's talk about it real quick because I do have some questions.
Yeah, absolutely. I think real quick though, I don't think we mentioned this at the beginning.
Yeah.
Your name, Illy Steezburg,
Right.
producer,
Yeah.
engineer,
Yep.
artist,
See.
okay, vibe curator, just dropped an album,
Yeah.
solo album,
First one.
first solo album entitled
Best never late then.
Best Never Late Then. Cool. And then I'm gonna hand it to my man Kit.
Well, y'all during the break, y'all were talking about the name of it in general and how that came to be. I know you just said it, but we can do it on camera.
Yeah.
Where did that come from?
The name?
Yep.
Well, it's actually a response to better late than never. You know, so I just responded to it by saying best never late then. You know, like the best is never late.
There you go.
You know. And I went with that title. Well, I came up with that title because
I think that was them. You're good.
all right, cool. I came up with that title because like I'm not as young as I was when I first started, and it's like my first complete solo project. But I feel like it's late in my life, but it's not late. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not late.
30 is the new 20, dude.
I'm with it.
And maybe like that also implies like the best things to come for you like are always on time.
Right.
Like, right on time.
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly, bro. So, you know, I feel like this is my best project, so it can never be late. And it's like my first one, so the best is never late.
And
like,
many more to come, right?
For sure. Absolutely.
Because I was fucking with that. This one was on a rotation for me while I was at work. As soon as it dropped, he hit me up on Instagram, sent it my way. I was like, all right. Listened to it, I think, twice the first time all the way through.
Thank you.
Percival Road 1 and Percival Road 2, absolute fire.
Look, Illy, Illy 555.
Wait, is that
That's his Instagram.
the producer?
No, the man talking.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
So those tracks, you know, obviously come in a pair, which seems to be the theme of the album.
Mm-hmm.
Can you elaborate on those things that man was saying? Did you write them, or was that from his mind?
Nah, that's all. Sorry.
You're good.
Nah, that's all him, man. You know, he turned up, man. You know, he did his thing. He told me he didn't even write it.
Really? He just said it?
He just said it. I was like, he blew my mind when he said it. I was like, well, you ain't write that?
That puts a whole new perspective in play.
I don't believe him.
You know,
it's too genius, man.
so
you know,
what is Percival Road?
Percival Road is really, I'm gonna be honest, it's really not much on Percival Road from what I remember. It's like, well, it's some apartments, you know, shout out to the apartments on Percival Road. There was a club that we did perform at Mirrors. That's on, well, it might not be Mirrors now, but that was like one of our first places that we performed at as young kids. Off Percival Road. But I'm gonna just be completely honest. That's what the file came in as, Percival Road. Mm-hmm. So I just like the title. Like, well, that's dope.
Is he from there as well?
Well, yeah, he's from Columbia. Yeah, that's my little cousin.
Oh, dope.
Yeah, and I didn't at first, cause I knew I wanted somebody to talk on the album. You know, give us. Like, I wanted to do like poetry at first. Not me, but I wanted somebody to do some poetry. But I needed somebody that had the Columbia accent, because it's my first album. I wanted to like be like all the way me, like all the way Columbia, all the way, you know, Steezburg. So I just was like, damn, I don't know who. I need somebody with the voice. I need somebody that got the wisdom. Mm-hmm. So I was like, I'm gonna just give a little cuz a shot. Like, I'm gonna just see what he got, and if he dope, I'm gonna rock with it. He sent me one. Blew my mind.
Did those come after the album was curated, or
yeah?
So you had all these songs, and then you hit him up and was like, "Hey, I need like a little piece of an intro, and I need an interlude."
Yep, and an outro, because Percival Road 3 too.
So
I see him all the songs, and I was like, "Bro, just like give me an intro, a middle, and an outro." Mm-hmm. I don't even think that what we got was how he sent it. Like, I think Percival Road 3 was the middle one, but I just decided to put it at the end.
Probably the best choice. I feel like those three went together well. Mm-hmm. I mean, in that order.
Yeah,
because
it was dope.
To me, the music is awesome. And this is me. So your album's awesome, but this is me digressing and talking like and generalizing like an album. If the music's awesome, that's dope. But if you give me a project that has a theme to it, it's not just music, it's like watching a movie or listening to a book.
Yeah.
For instance.
Yeah.
That is very inspiring, I think, to a lot of artists, because we talk about it all the time. Themed albums are dying.
Yeah, and
it if anything in music should die, it should not be that,
right?
Because you're really
6ix9ine. No, I'm just kidding. Sorry,
because you're no longer. I mean, I don't want to like spitball and seem like I'm hating, because I'm not. But like,
it's your opinion.
You know, Corday, for instance. Well, in my opinion, as far as hip hop goes, one of the last few rappers, J. Cole, one of the last few real rappers, Kendrick, one of the last few real rappers, actually saying something. And you know, fanboy Drake, that's my man,
Yeah.
but he's not relatable.
Yeah.
You know, he can talk about his sad songs rolling through his bins that's unreleased all he wants to.
Right.
But that's not relatable. And this Best Never Late then, that is relatable from front to back.
Appreciate that, man. Yeah.
I think you kind of touched on it, but where, as far as content goes, lyrically, where did this start for you? Like, did it start in 2020? Was this written in 2020 when we were all doing the quarantine thing, or is it date back further than that?
The oldest song is "Will You." That actually was recorded in, I'd probably say 2018, 19, probably 2019, right, Joe?
I don't know, man. You sent me a demo, and you said that you want a guitar on it. So I don't know when you made the beat, but I think you sent me the track.
Yeah, I sent you the track like a long. I might.
Yeah, it might have been 2018, 2019.
Yeah, hold on. I think I can look it up right now. When I made the first version, cause I had remade that. I had just did it again, cause the original version I couldn't release because I couldn't find the file, and
well, that worked out perfectly.
Right. I couldn't find the file, so I had to redo it. Let me see. This was I don't know. That date's not correct either. I think it was 2019.
Did a lot of this come?
Oh yeah, I was supposed to be looking at the track list. Yeah, a lot of it came from 2020, I believe. Let me see. I think I got to go to the track list so I can get a clear mind. Yeah, a lot of it. Only one that didn't come from 2020 was, a few of them came from 2021 too, but the Will You didn't come from. That was pre-pandemic.
Was the pandemic a blessing or a curse for you? As far as the album goes, I mean, we all struggled with being inside all the time.
You have a line in there, I think, too, about the pandemic. About you had to grind through the pandemic. I think it's in Go Get It.
Oh, I can't remember.
Anyway.
Dang, I need to remember that line.
I threw him off. My bad.
Nah, you good, cause you right, bro. I said something about it not stopping. You know, I got paid through the pandemic or something. I didn't.
Yeah.
It wasn't. I didn't say those words. So I'm pretty sure like
You had
more.
to work through the pandemic.
I can't remember. We'll probably find it when we play the music.
Yeah.
But it was it didn't go like how I wanted it to go. I'll put it like that.
Did you have big plans for 2020 before January, like 2019, December rolling around? Like, oh, we're getting it. We're getting the music out. We're doing the shows. We're doing this, that, and the third. Was that like the plan? I think that was everybody's plan and just got fucked.
Yeah, man, it was actually weird, bro. Like going into the new year, man, I had some crazy stuff going on.
Feeling good?
No.
No? Oh, okay.
No, so, you know, like, it was a scramble, bro. Like, it was, like, weird, bro. Like, it was weird, bro. I really wanted to, I honestly wanted to record way more songs during in the pandemic. Like, way more songs. Like, I really wanted to, like, record, like, 60 songs and then choose out the 60. But it didn't happen like that. So I just said, bro, I ain't going to hold the music. I got a good, solid, and if I feel like, I had more songs that I took off. So, you know, I feel like that was my album cut. 'Cause I wanted to at least, like, give myself a fair chance, like, have an album cut. So I just made the album cuts myself. But I wanted to choose out of 60, but I really didn't get to make 60 songs. So I just said, you know what, we just going to just.
I remember when it all first started going down. It was like
60 songs.
Yeah, that's ambitious.
Right.
I remember when it first started going down, it was kind of difficult to like convince these studios that it was okay.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's just us. We've been in the house since before this.
Yeah.
Like, just let us come in and do it. Is that something you had to face? Or was it?
Yeah, because, you know, in the beginning, we didn't really know what was going on. Like, this is like, for this generation, it was our first pandemic, so we didn't know what to expect. And that was, like, how I was getting my money, you know what I'm saying, working in the studios. And, you know, at the time, I had people around me that, you know, was high risk. So I couldn't really, like, move how I wanted to move. So, you know, I had to just be super, super careful.
How did that affect getting in? Well, where did you record most of this, actually? I guess is a better question to start with.
Half and half, man. I think I believe I recorded half at the crib and half at well, no, I did Stocked Up at Audio Box. I think that's the only song I actually did at Audio Box on there. Let me double check the track list. Oh no, I recorded Count at King Pool Studio. I recorded Till I Grind at King Pool Studio. Stocked Up at Audio Box. The rest I did in the comfort of my home.
What's King Pool? Where's that at?
Well, that's one of the producers on the album.
Okay.
Yeah, his studio.
Was that like difficult to maneuver through with the pandemic? Was King Pool like, nah, he ain't coming through here? Like
sometimes, yeah, because I was still in the studio, and you know he got the family, so it was like I respected it. You know, it was like, oh yeah, you know, I got to get my money. You respect me, I respect you. So you know, if you not comfortable with me, you know, coming through, like that's cool. Like, as long as we can still work. But I mean, we had enough. Like, he sent me a whole bunch of beats, and I used what I had.
Yeah, I remember. It felt like going undercover, like CIA undercover.
Yeah.
When we were like really heavy getting in the studio, they did that curfew thing.
Right. Yeah.
I had gotten a piece of paper for my work that said, like, you know, we travel, so we're cool. And as long as I had this piece of paper, we're good. I sent it to him. I sent it to Davin.
Yeah.
I sent it to Garrett, and I was like, if you get pulled over, bro, just show him this. You work for Oh, shit. I'm going to edit that out.
Yeah, let's edit. Yeah, don't tell the sauce. Don't tell him that.
I'll put a little beep. Right. But, yeah, so I know that was probably super difficult, but yeah, seems like you managed to pull it out at the cribbo.
Yeah, definitely. Because, I mean, it never was going to stop me, bro. I always felt like, you know, if I'm locked in the house, you already know it's going to come out.
Yeah.
Like, if you got Illy Steezburg locked in the house, bro, like, you already know what's going down. Like, even like, I used to love when it snowed because you can't go nowhere, so I gotta make music.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But, you know, back to the album and stuff and the pandemic, man, you know, I got enough. I got that album out of it. So, you know, it was definitely a blessing.
What was one of your, let's play a track. Which one of the songs that you did at the crib was your favorite?
That I did at the crib?
Mm-hmm. Or I guess just off the whole album. I mean, we can say that. That'd probably be a better.
Okay. I mean, my favorite song off the album is Stocked Up. Mm-hmm. I didn't do that at the crib, ironically. But my favorite one I did at the crib, I don't know, man. I like them all. You know, but I just feel like Stocked Up is like the whole album in one song. Like,
cool. Let's play that.
Let's do it.
I got too much of this juicy, it's stocked up. They can hate us on the loose, but we gon' prosper. They don't know what we been through, we can't stop up. This shit ain't just come overnight and just pop up. We making a way for our grandkids, kids. Making no money, stress for cleaning years. 10,000 I really did. If they want it, then they got it then. The way I'm ready to be is they be born to forge list. I go so hard, I pray to God like 3 times a day. Might not seem like I'm listening, but that's just the human way. How you be so sure when you ain't never stepped in my shoes?
I think Joe sent me this before it dropped, and I was like, yeah. He found one with this one.
yeah, man, it's special.
I got too much of this juicy, it's stocked up. They can hate us on the loose, gon' prosper. They don't know what we been through. We can't stop. This ain't just come on at night and just pop up. I got way too much to juice. Shoot myself a bazooka. I finger the cash, Kama Sutra. Can't blow through the bands, it's not a tuba. Let's double the flip, let's quadruple. No, they can't mute us ever. The stats don't bend like metal. Finesse so smooth like leather. Trap for the map, book on the dresser. It's hard to tell me anything now. Especially if you weren't there when I made it out. They say you gotta want it more, you wanna eat. I'm in the studio right now, got my stomach on my feet. Still in the game like cleats. I got too much of this juice, see it stocked up. They can hate us on the loose, but we gon' prosper. They don't know what we been through, we can't stop. This shit ain't just come on at night and just pop up. I done gave us so much, sacrifice some true love. As if that's not enough, I will never give up. I took some chances with my heart, but this was here first. You can hear the passion when I'm on, it might just tear jerk. Even if you put them glasses on, it couldn't get clearer. I had to step up out the frame to get the picture. We gon' get our issue, but no magazine. Hustle in my room, shit my family tree. We gon' ride till the wheels fall off. We already got that gasoline. The grind is contagious, it don't come with no vaccine. I got too much of this juice.
Getting excited. My fault, bro.
You're good, you're good.
Just touch me, man.
It's funny because like usually I'm fading out after the second horse. I'm usually fading out of the second chorus. I had to let that one ride.
Did you say Horace?
Yeah, after the second horse.
No. Man,
So you said that's the whole album rolled into one song.
Yeah.
So, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. I'm assuming that song probably came from somewhere special at a specific time, right?
Yeah, well, probably like I think that actually might have been like the third to last song I recorded for the album.
When you go in, when you're okay, do you write on the spot?
I don't really write it down, but you know, I just
Is it are you coming with the game plan, like, because that was your tag, so you produced that.
Yep.
When you produced that, were you already like boom? No,
I had that beat for probably like a month or two before I even used it, because I knew I was gonna use it, because I was like, bro, this shit's so hard, bro. I just don't know when I'm gonna do it, what I'm gonna do to it, but I know I like it.
So where do those emotions? So when I was in the studio with you, I've been trying to kind of emulate it with Joe.
Yeah.
Where I'm not all the way there yet, but then again, I'm not Steez. So
it's cool, man. You got it.
But is it you just hearing the music and then right then and there you're like latched onto an emotion, or like how does that process go? Are you just finding like a first line and then just coming off of that? Or because the way you get into the studio, when you get in the booth, I just kind of was sitting there watching in awe.
Yeah. I think it's like a little bit of everything. Like you rap, it's like you get in emotion. Like first you gotta feel the music. You gotta feel what the music is bringing out of you, and then you know, you keep it real. You just tell the truth. Like you tell the truth, because like I feel like, man, it's gonna be genius to somebody because it's coming from your genius.
Yeah.
You know, we all got our own genius, respectfully. So, you know, it's coming from your genius. So it's gonna be brilliant to somebody because they're not thinking it. So I feel like with that mindset, you know, it takes a lot of pressure off of me, and you know, it takes a lot of pressure off of me to just be like, well, I want to come up with something so hard, because I mean, at the end of the day, like, nobody's thinking what I'm thinking ever. I mean, unless we like tune in with each other, of course. Yeah. But you know, when it comes down to music, like, we all live different lives, so just telling a little bit of my life, you know, is gonna be like, I feel like it's gonna be special because, you know, everybody got their own special thing going on in their life. But I think that's how.
I know that, like, because I also like to write in the studio, but I got to write it down. I got to look at it.
Yeah.
Whatever. And even then, it's hard to get like super personal.
Yeah.
Is it difficult to be on the spot and then making it personal? Because anytime I do it, especially getting in the studio when money's involved and time's running up, it's like sometimes it can come out a little bit vague. Like I can put some emotion into it, but sometimes it can be a little bit vague with what I'm saying. Maybe sometimes a little generic. That doesn't seem to be the case with your music. It seems to be, when I listen to it, when I hear the lyrics, you're talking about something.
Right. Well, I think most of the time I come in with a topic, at least a topic or an idea, like this is what I want to talk about. Sometimes I might go off subject, but I feel like, that just adds a little bit of substance to it, like, just to go off and then you bring it back. But it just, like, you got to just go in there. I just go in there and I just feel it, bro. Like, like, I don't really... Wait, what was the question? I'm sorry, I got sidetracked, bro. I started thinking about other stuff, bro. Like,
no, you're good.
What was the exact question?
The exact question is basically like, is it difficult for you to make it personal when you're on the spot like that?
Oh, okay. Not really, but sometimes because like I said, like you gotta tell the truth. Like I just tell the truth.
Yeah.
Like I tell how I feel, and then like, just find a way to make it rhyme. Like, cause like my theory is it's a word that rhymes for everything that you're trying to say. Like somehow, like that's just the power of the tongue. Like it's a word out there to rhyme with whatever you're trying to say, no matter what it is.
I think from a tangible perspective, which may help kind of answer it a little bit, like from a, not so emotional spot. Like last night, right? We were working on music. We were eager to, start cooking up. Okay. And then he said the first line of the verse or the hook or something like that. And then he said another line and we just waited. It's like, we were like, it's good, but that's probably not that line that needs to go right there. So we just muted it, went back and then let him just freestyle some melodies and stuff. And then we were able to come up with something a little bit more appropriate or something that we were both like, okay, yeah, that's it. But we let that happen over, time. But there's also some parts where it was literally the first thing he said. And then if we couldn't figure out what it was that needed to go next, he was just like, you know what, man, I'm going to just tell the truth. And then it was instantly better than the line that he had come up with. Like it was some shit like something like we needed the next line, but then he was like, I'm gonna just tell the truth. And it was like, it's 3 a.m. and I just want to text you. Like that was like, followed by the line before it. It's like, that's the truth. That's way more relatable than the line that we had there. So, or there was one instance where I was like, okay, what I'm hearing is if you could say something about a dog and a clown with a red nose, but using this word. And he's like, okay, bet, I got it. And then came up with the melody. Like, that's just an example. Obviously, we're not making a song about dogs, clowns, or whatever. But, like, I gave him a prompt almost and be like, okay, we need this word to rhyme, blah, blah, blah. And then just works it out, and then it just comes out to be this hard ass line that like we're both like excited about, and that's kind of like what happened early this morning. But what's weird though is that like, so how you and I work, Kit, like I'm typically the one recording you, and I don't know if people really realize like, if you're an engineer and you're recording by yourself and you're also producing your own beats, you don't have that person like right beside you to be like, you fucking with this? Or is this it? Or is that not it? He's doing, the engineering. Like, okay, I need to make sure that's a good take. But also, is that the right take? Yeah. Does that fit with the song? He's producing, engineering, all that stuff for yourself. And I think we've talked about that a little. But anyways, sorry. Yeah, that's kind of what I've witnessed your process like, from my perspective at least.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean that's a question I've always wanted to know the answer to.
Yeah.
You know, or
What?
that the question you asked about like the process and how like is it hard to get intimate on the track, you know, or especially when
You're on
you know
the
it's
spot.
on the spot.
I mean,
Like that's crazy.
yeah, the process is everything. And when you and Tuda came to Black Plate, like I said, I sat in awe. You guys went in there and it was like butter. I was like, dude, I'm sitting here struggling to get 16. They're almost done recording, bro. They haven't even pulled out a pen, pad, left on their round on their phone. And I'm just sitting here watching like, okay, let's just get this done.
Man, it's crazy, bro, because, like, what's even crazier is I feel like it takes me longer to work with the engineer.
Yeah.
It take, like, because when I'm doing it myself, like, I'm quick. Like, I did a song for Devanino. I dropped the verse in, like, 15 minutes. But, you know, that's with me going in and out the booth still. But, like, when I'm engineering myself, bro, and, like, I'm recording myself, it's like I could just, like, I can vibe way more because I could stop it when I want to. I ain't got to, like, talk to anybody. I could just, you know, just, like, it's almost like you making a beat just with your voice. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I could start it when I want to, and then I could just rock out, jam out. So I'm like, I'm all the way in the moment.
You've done it so much that like that's a zone for you. That's
right. Yeah.
Like just the whole doing it yourself and yeah.
So you know, it is like now it's different working with an engineer. But I mean, it's cool because you know, like it's still give me time to like come up with the next line, like while they keep doing that clickety clack. But I feel like I got to this point just like through practice, man. Like through writing so much, like I wrote so much, like to the point where it was like my mind was thinking faster than I could write. And when it got to that point, I was like, okay, I'm just put the pen down because like I could just perfect the line. Like the same way I'm writing it down, I can just say it right now because I'm still writing fast, but I'm missing so many fire ideas because I'm still writing half the bar. You know what I'm saying? So when I'm writing half the bar, I'm like, fuck, I just missed the doggone best punchline I could have said all week because I'm sitting here writing it down.
Is that a process that you would like recommend to someone to try out, or is that like more catered to a specific mind, do you think?
I mean, I feel like you gotta, I wouldn't suggest you just going there if you like just starting out, like you buy an hour and you just go in there and try to make a whole song in an hour. I feel like, you know, like in order for you to get to that point, like you gotta, me personally, I feel like you gotta write a lot to the point where your mind is thinking faster than your pen. Like if it take you all day to write a song, then you don't need to, from my perspective, you know, I wouldn't go in there and do that. I mean, I ain't gonna lie. Like right now, if I tried to write something down as far as like a song, it would take a long time. I tried to write a song probably about like 3 months ago. I didn't even finish writing the second verse, or I probably didn't even finish writing the first verse because I was like, man, this shit is boring. It took me like 2 days to get past. I was like, bro, this shit is boring. This shit is not where it's at. So
it's boring, and I feel like when I write down lyrics, I'm way too focused on what's coming next than like the melody or the music at hand. I'm so focused on what words am I going to put down when I'm not even letting the music speak to me.
Right, yeah.
Whereas like, you know, the cats who will come up with the melody first and then like a rhythm and then fit the words in there. Yeah. Like, yeah, man, that's different.
Right. But I mean, like I said, I wouldn't have gotten to this point if I didn't write so much.
Write so much. Yeah.
And like I read too. So, you know, like reading helps your writing.
Absolutely.
You know, like I wouldn't be a great writer if I didn't, you know, like have what I know. You know what I'm saying? Like I mean, I don't read all day every day, but I have read, you know, books and shit like that.
Well, reading is similar to that concept I proposed earlier, like being a culmination of all the sounds that you've heard in your life. Like reading like different like styles of how authors propose ideas or will like say things in like cunning ways or like, you know, we'll say things, we'll get to the point with less words than typically now, like, you know, will say a lot of words just to get to a point, whereas like if you had just said it succinctly or precisely, like you could say a few words and it mean like it'd be so much more like impactful, or the message becomes more powerful that way. But if you, like you said, if you read a lot of books, your brain just subconsciously starts thinking that way.
Right.
To, you know, I used to read a lot, but my ADD kind of took over. Like I had to, it became like I used to read a lot to, okay, I read a lot still, but it depends on the book and the title. Now it's like I am only reading about music gear, sports, sports rumors,
Sports rumors.
and then and then, or like, you know, mixing techniques or something like that. I mean, it's really just like stuff that I'm interested in, that never like, you know, enrichment stuff. But that's a whole different topic. But I had a question about your album that you just dropped.
For sure.
You said Stocked Up was your favorite song. What song do you think, or maybe not song, but like, do you think there are any like people in your life who heavily influenced any songs or like albums, or, you know, people that said like, okay, I need to make a song about this, you know, whether it be relationships, it be family, any people?
I don't really understand the question. My fault.
So any people in your life that heavily influenced songs, or like a song that's on your album?
Like saying I need to make a song about this person?
Yeah, like were there people that you felt that way about and then you made a song, and like, so like there's Will You, which I assume is maybe about a relationship. There's For Free, which I assume is probably about a relationship.
Yeah.
There's Wise Words. I know that's about your relationship with your grandfather.
Yep.
You know,
Grandfathers.
grandfathers, right? So
yeah. So I mean, my grandparents, man, like you know, I feel like that's the most impactful. You know, I feel like I spoke with them a lot on this album, because I never really expressed myself to nobody about like how I felt when my granddads died.
Yeah.
So, and I feel like, you know, it wasn't until I realized like how much I needed them, and, you know, how much they meant to me in my life, and, you know, just like how much help they were when they were here. You know what I'm saying? Like, of course, the cliche, you don't know what you got till it's gone. But, you know, I never really got to tell anybody like how I felt.
Is that something that, because I mean, I do that as well, where feeling like you have to like bear all that shit on your own shoulders,
internalize and compartmentalize that shit, but put it somewhere deep and just
And I don't know if that like comes from, because I had a discussion with my girl yesterday, pretty much, where I was just kind of venting, and I was just like, you know, my entire life, I've been told you're a man, suck it up.
Yeah.
Is there truth to that, or is that bullshit? Because I me personally fight with that every single day.
Mm-hmm.
Am I bitching too much? Am I, you know, are these emotions that I'm feeling, are they justified, or should I just be a man and suck it up and move on? Is that is that something that you've battled with in your life?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. Like all the time, like you said, like it's like an everyday thing, bro. Like, you know, I feel like as men, you know, we got emotions too. But at the end of the day, like we still human beings. So I just feel like what separates us is how we handle them. You know, we gotta be a man about how we handle them, but we still got them. Mm-hmm. You know, like we gotta be in control of them and not let them control us. I mean, but like I said, you know, we are human beings. I feel like men, like we're supposed to be strong. So that's why, you know, I feel like we internalize those feelings, because, you know, we got to be strong for the people around us, you know, Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like we, as men, we love just the same way as everybody else does.
Yeah.
But society has made it so that men are strong, women are weak. There are no in between.
Yeah.
Women can cry, men can't.
Mm-hmm.
Women can have mental health, can be on like in tune with their mental health. Men don't have time for that shit.
Right.
It's go to work and provide.
But that's why. Because if you crying, you can't work.
Exactly.
So it's like you ain't got time to cry. You gotta go make it happen. You can't make it happen if you balling and you broke down. You can't even talk about it because you're crying. You know what I'm saying? You gotta go make it happen because the world don't stop. Like the world's not gonna stop because you know you crying. Like when females get into their feelings, everything stop.
Yep.
But as far as a man, if you stop and you don't make nothing happen, then nothing's gonna happen because it's your job to make it happen, bro. And like I said, you can't do that if you torn into pieces. So as a man, we gotta push it to the side and, you know, feel it when we feel it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like when it's not convenient.
Is there a track on Best Never Late then that kind of embodies that? I mean, I feel like I could probably pick one out, but if you had to pick one song that kind of embodies that notion of got to keep going, can't cry about it.
Yeah, but it's like two songs on there. Will You was one when I mentioned all these emotions can't get one about me. I make them run like it's training, huh? And so it's like, you know, break down that line like all these. I got a lot of emotions, but you know, like you'll never see them, and I make my emotions run like it's training, like, you know, like you training.
Yep.
And another line throughout the album was on Stay Down. You know, that's when I really go in depth about a lot of things that were, you know, like a lot of things like with my grandparents. You know, I said I lost my well, really the whole second verse, bro, like the whole, like that whole song is just like me just telling like the folks like just play the song, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like it's gonna say it, bro.
Through this life and
No,
I
not that one.
must
Play
admit, looking in the mirror.
yeah, Stay Down.
Stay down. Okay.
Yeah. The second verse is the one where like it speaks on that you talk about.
Oh, this is a vibe.
I think with my heart and let my mind drift. Bust down, tell what time it is. I bought for the championship. Got that drive, no Uber lift. Look at my eyes. You'll see a prize. They was yelling, hold on. I was yelling, home run. I'm gone. They say that sky's the limit. Where? I'll be there in a minute. See you. Taking off all the lame hoes. I swear I never changed. When it came up way too far. When it came up playing too hard. Nigga hate better hold that thought. I'm gonna go, I ain't never gonna part. Yeah. Looking back on what I done been through. If you can match, I commit. I've been down and out, count it out, but look, I made it out. Looking back on what I done been through. If you can match, I commit. I've been down and out, count it out, but look, I made it out. Look, I made it out, standing on my own 10. It's a new era, no more capping, no more fake friends. Self-preservation, grind till it makes sense. That's what my granddaddy taught me. I wish that heaven had some walkie-talkies so I can update them. Yeah, Assalamu alaikum. I used to cut you off, now I'm begging for a conversation. Talking to a constellation. Be with me while I cross the nation. Lost them both in 2 months, I ain't had no time to cry. Ain't hard to keep up with the truth, and I ain't got no time to lie. And free my dog bands, we ain't got no time for time. Time is money, we keep it all from the system. Rich niggas symptom, flipping our income. The pain in my eye don't lie. The pain in my eye don't lie. Oh no, I take the pain but I don't cry. I take the pain but I don't cry. I take that pain like a tattoo. I had to guess what you was saying like it's taboo. I couldn't believe in no luck or no bamboo. Had to keep my head shampoo. Looking back on what I done been through. If you can match, I commend you. I've been down it out, count it out, but look, I made it out.
So yeah, man.
Looking back on what I done been through.
That verse,
If you can match,
I feel like
I commend you. I've been down it out.
I enjoy those conversations with other men because it's just like you don't get that every day,
right.
you know, like because everybody I feel like is or men at least are on the same like wavelength of that.
Mm-hmm.
And when you can just kind of just like let that guard down, not worry about being soft, it's just like it's kind of a relief. Definitely a therapy that I've needed lately. So
For sure.
thank you.
For sure, man. Absolutely, bro. Like we all need to, we all need that time.
So what are the upcoming goals for Illy Steezburg?
Man, just push the album as far as we can get it, and then drop more music. Perform. Do some shows. Just showcase the music in the best light that it could possibly be in, and just prosper on this road. On this solo road. Tackle some big stages, man. Just impact the world in a good way.
Me and Marita often have this conversation amongst each other and with other artists. When it comes to marketing, and you're talking about promote the album.
Yeah.
What paths are you taking on the social media game? Because that seems to be something that is super difficult to master. Social media is about a bitch.
Yeah, it is. It is, bro. Like, man, I ain't gonna lie, bro. I'm not no marketing genius. You know what I'm saying? But as far as the social media, bro, it's hard for me, to go crazy because, like, I'm not the social media guy. I'm not posting my life every day. Like I'm not inviting the social media world into my life, but I guess that is something I feel like that should happen, bro, because you gotta entertain the people,
Right. Well, one thing, like, I mean, I feel like you have to, if your music's relatable, people want to be able to put a face to the music that they're listening to.
right?
Definitely. And, I mean, whether that's your daily life or the cool thing is that you create your own content, but eventually the uncool thing is that it becomes a chore and that, you're literally doing it so that you can appease the people who are following you to begin with. I mean, you asked for it, but you didn't ask for it type thing. So, the only thing that's kind of helped me post semi-regularly is that, like, I'm posting stuff that, like, I like, or I'm doing something that I'm passionate about or whatever. So, I mean, whatever that is to an artist or a producer or an engineer or whatever, that content I think needs to speak for you and doesn't always need to be, like, promotional, like, if the only thing I posted was posts of like, hey, go look at this song. Like, if that was the only thing I did, like, I feel like people might get complacent with, oh, well, here's Marita talking about another song he's got coming.
Right.
Or something like that. So, but who knows, man?
Yeah, I definitely see that. Like, when I first started posting to Facebook, I got a lot of reactions and click-throughs. But then when I stopped using Facebook and only used it to promote, no one gave a shit.
Right.
So it's like,
or it could be too, like, they're not even seeing your shit anymore because of, the algorithm or whatever. Because, like, think about it. If you got fucking 500 friends on Facebook, I'm sure maybe at least 10 are probably posting a status around the same time. So are you seeing, like, whose status are they going to see? Are they going to see their friend's status who posts often and gets a bunch of likes and comments? Or, I don't know. These are all, questions. But,
right.
Yeah.
I mean, but it's definitely, it's like that. So whether it's your fan base not wanting to engage anymore because they only see promotional posts, or if it's because, Facebook is checking you in some form or fashion.
Yeah, man, it's crazy.
So you said you had a marketing guy, and I'm only asking this because this is like this podcast. I feel like is by and for people coming up out of North Carolina.
Yeah.
So I mean, you say you have a marketing guy. Is there anything he's like bestowing upon you and what you should be doing on the internet? Like, for instance, and this again, speculation kit here. I have no clue.
It's cool.
But like for instance, you say you, Casanova, and Tuda are all in the same crew. I see like S Tuda doing his little pop-ups.
Mm-hmm.
Is whose mind is that those kinds of things coming from? Was it is Cass telling you like, hey, you got to do like a daily post, or is he saying like we gotta start feeding the marketplace machine with a little bit of cash so the ad space gets up there?
Mm-hmm. Well, my marketing guy is actually Maestro from Eclectic Life.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but yeah, he's he tell me to stay relevant through the social media. I'm not sure whose idea was the Trap and Shop pop-up shop, which I feel like is super genius. Shout out to them.
Yeah.
I wasn't even involved in that. That's not really my operation. But I'm not sure, man, how that started. But as far as, how he helps me with my marketing, he definitely tells me, to lock in with the social media, about the posts and, about the cash for the ads or whatever. Like we come up with different ideas. He come up with some genius, crazy ideas. And stuff like that, man. Yeah, he just.
What kind of posts are you putting more money behind? Like, I'm sure you're not. Yeah. I'm sure you're not like spending money on ad space for like a selfie.
No.
You know what I'm saying? So like.
Yeah. Something I feel like is engaging, man. Like I did like my Triller videos. I put some bread behind the Triller videos because like Joe just said, they want to put a face behind the music. Mm-hmm. So. I just go to some place I feel like is dope and put on a cool outfit or whatever and make like a little Instagram music video. It's not like a real one, but of course I got those coming too. But just something to just entertain the Instagrammers. I feel like a good outline to follow is like the Instagram comedians. They don't drop videos every day, but they might give you like one a week. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So if I can give if I could follow their outline, like post a verse or something like every week, and then like I promote that verse, through the Instagram ads, like for the week, put like a good amount of money and then let that, go for the week, then or two, whatever the case is, then it'll pick up some traction and it like like my music not lame, so like if it. Like when people hear it, they gonna like, oh, that's tough, and then they go to my page, see what's good, and happen like that.
Have you ever had the idea or thought of like maybe covering someone else's song for content, or even hopping on somebody else's beat for exposure? So I
did No Parties.
Right. But like on Instagram, let's say I'm scrolling, right? You'll see the random video of this dude in front of his microphone, like rapping over a beat that you've heard before, like a freestyle, or or something that's more relatable to me. I'll see like artists or guitar players or stuff covering someone else's song. So then, just kind of breaking it down in my head here, you're scrolling, you hear a song that sounds super familiar to you, so you stop for those 2 seconds, and then I'm watching someone else play this song. They're getting the benefit of my view and possibly my like or my comment or my share, depending on how much of that video I watch or how much of it I enjoy. So I don't know if there are like huge artists doing that, but one that just sticks out in my head for some reason. I don't know if you follow the real Kiera on Instagram, one of the 20s artists. But she posts a lot of videos of her freestyling on beats, and I don't know if it's like freestyles or like freestyles where there was like already a written verse and that verse ends up being on a song later, or was already on a song and she was just doing it over a beat just to, I guess, get people's opinion of how fire the verse was without, you know, exposing the music, because she put it on a different beat. But I'm curious to know, like, what is your perspective on doing things like that for views and engagement?
I mean, it's cool, man. You know, I feel like you do whatever you want to do, because I feel like it's a lane. It's different lanes. You know, on the way to the top, bro, it's a different lane everywhere. So, you know, if that's your thing, you know, doing covers and, you know, going over instrumentals, then, you know, do your, you know what I'm saying, do your thing. As you know what I'm saying, I feel like as long as you can, you know, as long as that can convert to, you know, making your own music. I mean, who am I? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, like, but I just feel like if you're an artist and you got to be able to make your own music, you know what I'm saying? Like, you got to. But I feel like it's cool when you rapping over other people's instrumentals.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I think that's a cool way to kind of display musicianship, regardless of what your instrument is, whether you're an MC, a vocalist, or you know, instrumentalist, and then, you know, that brings people who wouldn't normally, because let's face it, man, I mean, if you were to go to a bar, you were to go to a show and play completely original music to people who have never heard of you, you're probably not going to see a lot of people moving. You're obviously not going to see people singing your songs.
Right, yeah.
Right? So how do you bring people in to your content, to your world, you know, with something other than original music? I mean, because the music can be great, but I mean, with the way that people consume music now, like, I feel like if they do make it to your page because of your music, I mean, you have some good music, but you also need to have something to like keep them in. Like, if I went to your page and saw like a video, just whatever, saw you playing like a harp or like, you know, whatever instrument, right? I'd be like, oh, that's really cool. I'm definitely following and becoming a fan.
Right, yeah.
But, you know, there can also be that other avenue. So if I found you doing like, oh, this guy's got a dope flow on this beat, let me go to his profile and check out his original music. And then, you know, that's how someone could become a fan. But
Definitely.
Right.
Definitely, bro.
Crazy.
Yeah, man. Like, it's no right or wrong. I just feel like you got to give the people something to follow.
Yeah.
That's so difficult. Like, I don't know. Maybe we're just old and disconnected.
Well, but I mean, it feels so hard to do when you think about it. Like, when I'm like sitting here trying to, you know, plan, like, okay, on this day, that day, I'm going to post this or that. And it's like, okay, I know I can do these things, but when I force myself to know that I have to have a guitar video by like Friday, and like I'm doing all this other shit, and then like up until Friday, I've not felt compelled or inspired to be like, yo, let me fucking throw a solo over this fucking Gunna song or whatever and post this. Like, so then it feels like chores.
Yeah.
I feel like that's the mindset we might got to break.
Exactly. That's the mindset we got to break, because you have to treat it like, you know, another day at the office. It needs to be a part of the day of the office, regardless of whether it feels like a chore or not, because that's what is required for you to maintain a fan base or build a fan base.
Right. But I feel like we that's putting pressure on it. Like, don't really look at it like as a requirement, because at the end of the day, like, this is something that we love to do and we do it anyway. So, you know, I feel like if we just normalize, you know, capturing the moment, right? Setting the camera up, having the camera already set up, like, and that's what's important. Like, you know, the other day when we were at the store and I bought that little shitty tripod for my phone.
Is that it right there?
No, this is the GoPro.
Okay.
But I set it up yesterday, you know, trying to get video footage. And it's 4 a.m. and I realized, damn, I had my phone set up the whole time. I didn't record a single fucking moment of this shit. So, yeah, man, breaking that cycle, trying to, be what is it? Old dogs learning new tricks.
Right. Yeah. So I feel like it's all
we're
a
not
mindset.
old, but
Nah, I know what you mean.
yeah,
It's just, I think it's weird to do something one way for so long, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh shit, I'm late to this party.
yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
okay, now I'm 30 years old with a damn fucking video camera with me at all times, and I feel
It feels so cringe.
it feels like me. Like we did like a little photo shoot at the park a couple weeks ago. People were walking by and we're just posted up taking pictures of each other. I was like, yo, they think we are so lame right now.
Right.
Which you can't really, I know in the end you can't really think about it. The one
Right.
thing that made me feel better about that at the park was some other people were there doing the same shit, dude.
Exactly.
And I'm just like, okay, well, maybe this isn't so weird. Maybe this is normal to have a video camera on you at all times and
is.
always taking pictures and da-da-da-da-da. Like, but that, I think that's my age showing. Like,
Yeah.
this shit is turned into a media machine.
But I think another thing too is like, if we really want this shit, we really want to be in this industry for as long as possible, you have to learn how to adapt.
You gotta be able to. That's a good angle right there.
Adapt,
I'm gonna go live
like
real quick.
Go for it.
like Timbaland, right?
Yeah.
Been in the game forever, and is still relevant, even with like new producers and like he has his own Twitch stream now and is engaging with people in that way. Like he is adapting. And as an artist, you got to be able to do that too. And
Yeah. You gotta be able to stay relevant.
absolutely, man.
T-Pain on his Twitch game, T Grizzly on his Twitch game. And it's like, in the end, at the end of the day, I think it just really boils down to like doubting myself and just doubting the fact that that what I'm doing is normal. Like this feels normal. This is a closed spot. We're chilling. We're hanging out. When we take this and move it into not only the public eye of Instagram or Facebook
Right.
or whatever, but just the public around me. Like when we were shooting that music video in downtown Clayton,
Yeah.
we were walking down the little sidewalk. There's shops and stuff. There was people like moving away from the camera like, yo, this is fucking weird. Like,
Yeah.
there's just this dude getting followed around with a camera. And I mean, they had to have known what the deal was. They
Right.
heard the music. They had to have known it was a music video, but they still were just like giving us these weird looks.
Right.
It's just like,
Because, it's not normal. It's not.
It's
like,
not.
you don't really see people.
Everyday
Here.
life, like,
Yeah.
oh, there's another music video being filmed.
Yeah. But if you in like Atlanta or
Wilmington
LA,
or Nashville or LA, all that shit.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, people are going to receive it different. So I feel like it's the
That's
environment.
true. Yeah, if you were in LA, people would just be like, oh, okay.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's different. Like, when you travel, bro, you see different hustles everywhere. Like, my homie told me that in LA, bro, he dresses up as Prince and he fucking sings Prince songs on the sidewalk.
really?
And like, bro, he like he doing his thing. You know what I'm saying? He get opportunities like that. If you see somebody dressed up as Prince in Charlotte, people, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's different. But over there, like, it's normal. It's like, that's genius. You know what I'm saying? Like, and when I went to South by Southwest a few times, like, it was people like just playing their music real loud on like big PA speakers, like just walking around with a big ass wagon, just playing their music. Like, but they're not doing that, in Charlotte, but they'll do it in Atlanta. Like, it's different hustles, different everywhere you go, man. So just because it's not normal here, like, it could be normal somewhere else. Like, you gotta just.
Or the person doing it has just said, this is normal for me and I'm doing this shit.
Right. He's stepping out and he just believing.
Because the wagon shit is bold.
Right. Yeah.
When you said it, I was like, God damn. Like,
Right, yeah, but
that's
literally-
noise pollution. That's like, man, what if I know where you want to be listening to this shit? My man still got the wagon. But hey, man, I respect that because you believe in yourself so much that okay, you know what? I'm fucking
Right. I got my
walking
shit
with
on
a
a wagon,
wagon.
bro, and I'm walking through downtown playing my shit.
yeah.
Like, so, I feel like, that's music promotion.
For sure.
Absolutely. I mean, and that, and you're working within your means. You're using the resources you got. Look, I got a wagon. I got a speaker. Let's make this shit happen.
Yeah, like, and if your music fire, it's gonna catch.
One secret gem that I never told anybody way back in the day. We're talking about like promotion and shit for music. When I was 21, I lived in Texas for a little while, and my boy, who I'll leave unnamed because he's married now, we used to go to strip clubs.
Mm-hmm.
If you get your song in front of a stripper and she likes it,
Yeah,
she's using it on stage.
like every time.
Every time. If she's fucking with it, she's dancing to it. That is a gem
Yeah,
that I
that
have
would be
never
dope.
told anybody, man.
Oh, that's what's up.
You got to link with
Interesting.
the strippers.
Yeah,
And I know that like that might not fall in line with everybody,
right.
because I mean,
Yeah.
if you're making feel good music, maybe a stripper's not dancing to it.
Right.
But that is a lane.
Yeah, it's a lane.
That is a definite lane.
Yeah, that's genius though. It's all about your crowd, your lane.
This is a time. This is a time to be alive.
So if you don't have a stripper in your circle, keep one close, purely for science. So if you know you're
Purely
an
for
artist
science.
or a producer or
Purely for
whatever,
science.
you got a significant other, just tell them, look, it's purely, she's on the team purely for science. We need her to dance to the song. Look, it's business.
Yeah, it's business only.
But
For sure, man.
yeah, man. So when can we expect, the next solo album?
Nah, I don't even know, bro. We just put this one out, so we gotta work this one first, and then.
Yeah, I'm just playing with you.
Nah, it's
Definitely.
all good.
Is Mac Crew working on anything? Is Mac Crew the same as 26 Trees, or is that a separate thing?
All right, so 26 Trees is under Mac Crew.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's like Mac Crew
It's a
is
smaller ensemble.
yeah, it's like
So what is Mac Crew? I thought both of them, Mac Crew and 26 Trees, was just you and Tuda.
well, we decided to turn Mac Crew into the label.
Oh.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's gonna be the label, man. Well, it is the label, And 26 Trees is me and Tuda's group under it, because like we always was a group like since SIK days, and then Mac Crew expanded, then it whatever
Unexpanded.
unexpanded. Right.
I like the name 26 Trees. It's got a ring to it. Like
I agree.
I feel like I can hear people saying that. Like, you're the new 26 Trees shit.
Right, it's dope, man. Yeah, it's crazy.
Um,
But yeah, we like we always working. He's putting something together. But we haven't really like said, yo, we're gonna put a project out. But we always make songs, so it's always, you never know. Like what I'm saying, we might wake up and be like, bro, let's drop 4 songs tomorrow, and boom.
it's a big shouts to Tuda as well. I mean,
Yeah, big old shouts. I'm just excited about this new album, man. I just put out, man. So I'm just proud of it, man. I ain't gonna lie.
Well, tell the people where to find it.
Man, you can find it on all platforms. It's called Best Never Late. Then Illy Steezburg is the artist name, which is me. Spotify, Apple Music. I just found out it was on Pandora, I think. So I hope it's on Pandora, because I always wanted my music on Pandora.
We'll put the links to it in the description for you.
Awesome.
And I'll tag everybody as I'm going through and editing it. I'll hear it and I'll try and find their ats. I'll put them in the flower section.
Cool.
Yep.
That's what's up, man.
Well, that's dope. Do you have we're about to run out of batteries again, so but I mean
Okay.
we're there at 2 hours and 10 minutes. That's a
love.
fire podcast. A lot of emotions going through, a
Yeah.
lot of real
Oh, yeah.
shit going through.
Yeah.
Is there another music video that you have out that you want to play on the end?
Unfortunately, there is not.
Oh, okay.
Is there a song you want to play?
Yeah, just put it on random and see what happens.
Well, if we're doing random, I really want to play Wise Words.
Oh, I was hoping you say that. I didn't want to put it out there, but we could definitely play.
I
Wild
love
World.
that song.
Thank you, bro.
Okay.
Let's play it. Marita Bread, Davin Dance.
You did murder this one down.
My granddaddy told me never beg. And if you want something, you better work them legs. Go get it. They say if a tiger ever bites you, you better bite them back. And life might knock you down, but you gotta fight back. My auntie told me I'm shiesty, but these girls worse. Move around the city, living on wise words. Calculating every step, cause it's really like that. Thinking about the simple days, so I can rewind them back. When I look into the mirror, I see it clear. You instilled in my heart, there had no fear. Embedded the hustle, taught me to go and get it. Make it on my own and stay independent. You trainers go and get that guap. In the mall selling final car.
Everybody give it up for Illy Steezburg.
For sure.
It's been really fun having you, man. I'm glad we finally got to do this.
Me too.
And I wish you all the best in your musical career moving forward after this album. I hope everything is beautiful and works out to a T for you. Because if anyone deserves it, I think it's you and Marita, to be honest.
Thank you, man. You know, we're going to the top.
Hey, man.
You're gonna be there with us.
Yeah, but you know, company, we got some tracks coming out with Mr. Steezburg and Sav too, so you know, be on the lookout for that. But best never late then. Illy Steezburg, Illy Steezburg, go check it out, all streaming platforms.
Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Tell me definition of mental fitness. You're on my mind like a scrunchie. I'm so glad to witness all these